Alrighty, so for this example, it says if P equals the point 2, 1, negative 1, and Q equals the point 4, 7, 7, find the midpoint of the segment PQ. Okay, so first of all, we have to recall how do you parameterize a line when you're given that it passes through 2 points. Okay, so this is the way to do so. We have 1 minus T OP plus T times OQ arrow. All right, and so to do this, first of all, you have to recall this formula here, this equation, and you can always derive it using the technique that I demonstrated and explained in the concepts video for this section. So anyways, from this point, we can basically just plug in our OP and our OQ. So we're going to do the following. So we have 1 minus T, and OP is basically just the point written with arrow brackets, as I've mentioned before. Okay, and then OQ, that's going to be the point written with arrow brackets. Okay, there we go. And now what we can do is basically just distribute. So we have the 1 distributing, and then to each of those, 1, 1, 1, and then the negative T distributing to each of those as well. So what we're going to get is that we have, let's see, R of T is equal to 2, 1, negative 1. And then we have plus negative 2t, a negative t, and a positive t. Okay? And then we're going to distribute this t in. Okay? So we get 4t, 7t, and a 7t. Okay, so we can simplify a little bit more, and we're just going to do some addition. Okay, so we get that this is, let's see how many t's we have. So we have negative 2t plus 4t, so that's positive 2t plus a 2. And then for the y component, we have negative t and a 7t, so that's 6t plus 1, 6t plus 1. And then for the last component, we have a positive t plus a 7t, so that's 8t minus 1. Okay, so this is our parameterization of the line that goes through P and Q. And now we want to find the midpoint. And again, this is one of our special cases. So we're going to take this parameterization. I'll write it on the next slide. So we have R of T is equal to 2t plus 2, 6t plus 1, and 8t minus 1. So to find the midpoint, so for midpoint, set t equal to 1/2. Okay? So we're just going to plug in a 1/2 for t, and this will give us our midpoint. So 2 times 1/2 plus 2, 6 times 1/2 plus 1, and 8 times 1/2 minus 1. Okay? So we're just going to simplify. So we have 2 over 2, so that'll just be a 1 plus 2, that's going to equal 3. 6 divided by 2 is going to be 3 plus 1, that'll equal 4. And then the last one here, that's going to be 8 over 2, so that's a 4 minus 1, so that'll be a 3. Okay? So 3, 4, 3 gives us the vector that brings us to our midpoint, that takes us there to our midpoint. And so the midpoint, and when we're talking about points, remember we use round brackets, not arrow ones. So the midpoint of PQ, the segment, is equal to 3, 4, 3 in round brackets. Okay? So that is all for this homework video. I hope that helped, and I'll talk to you in the next video if you watch.